The new MS-500 reel dumps are new updated for your Microsoft 365 Security Administration exam preparation. You can get real MS-500 questions and answers to practice so that you can pass your Microsoft MS-500 exam and achieve good grades in your first try. Questions 1. Your network contains an on-premises Active Directory domain and a Microsoft 365 subscription. You plan to deploy a hybrid Azure Active Directory, Azure AD tenant that has Azure AD Identity Protection Risk Policies enabled. You need to configure Azure AD Connect to support the planned deployment. Which Azure AD Connect authentication method should you select? A. Federation with ADFS. B. Federation with Ping Federate. C. Password hash synchronization. D. Pass-through authentication. Answer: C. Questions 2. You have a Microsoft 365 subscription. You need to recommend a passwordless authentication solution that uses biometric authentication. What should you include in the recommendation? A. Windows Hello for Business. B. A smart card. C. The Microsoft Authenticator app. D. A PIN. Answer: A. Questions 3. You have a Microsoft 365 tenant that is linked to a hybrid Azure Active Directory, Azure AD, tenant named Contoso.com. You need to enable Azure AD Seamless Single Sign-On, Azure AD SSO, for Contoso.com. What should you use? A. Azure AD Connect. B. The Azure Active Directory Admin Center. C. The Microsoft 365 Security Admin Center. D. The Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Answer: A. Questions 4. You have a Microsoft 365 subscription that contains the users shown in the following table. You need to ensure that User 1, User 2, and User 3 can use Self-Service Password Reset, SSPR. The solution must not affect User 4. Solution: you enable SSPR for Group 3. Does this meet the goal? A. Yes. B. No. Answer: B. Questions 5. You have an Azure Active Directory, Azure AD tenant named Contoso.com that contains the users shown in the following table. You discover that several security alerts are visible from the Microsoft Defender for Identity portal. You need to identify which users in Contoso.com can close the security alerts. Which users should you identify? A. User 3 only. B. User 1 and User 2 only. C. User 3 and User 4 only. D. User 1 and User 3 only. E. User 1 only. Answer: A. Question 6. You have a Microsoft 365 subscription. You need to be notified by email whenever an administrator starts an e-discovery search. What should you do from the Security and Compliance Admin Center? A. From Search and Investigation. create a guided search. B. From events, create an event. C. From alerts, create an alert policy. D. From search and investigation, create an e-discovery case. Answer: C. Question 7. You have a Microsoft 365 subscription. You have a Microsoft SharePoint online site named Site 1. You have a data subject request, DSR, case named Case 1 that searches Site 1. You create a new sensitive information type. You need to ensure that Case 1 returns all the documents that contain the new sensitive information type. What should you do? A. From the Security and Compliance Admin Center, create a new search by ID list. B. From Site 1, modify the search dictionary. C. From the Security and Compliance Admin Center, create a new guided search. D. From Site 1, initiate a re-indexing of Site 1. Answer: laughing face. Questions 8. You need to create Group 3. What are two possible ways to create the group? A.An Office 365 group in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. B. A mail-enabled security group in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. C. A security group in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. D. A distribution list in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. E. A security group in the Azure AD Admin Center. Answer: A, D. Questions 9. You need to create Group 2. What are two possible ways to create the group? A.An Office 365 group in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. B. A mail-enabled security group in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. C. A security group in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. D. A distribution list in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. E. A security group in the Azure AD Admin Center. Answer: C, E. Questions 10. You need to recommend a solution for the user administrators that meets the security requirements for auditing. Which blade should you recommend using from the Azure Active Directory Admin Center? A. Sign-ins. B. Azure AD Identity Protection. C. Authentication methods. D. Access review. Answer: A.